Fine. The course is, as we know, Oracle Fusion Financials online training. And just here, the instructor is LAXMAN, that is myself. So, when I talk about myself, I am into Oracle ERP consulting side from last 12 years. I worked with the companies Oracle, Wipro, with some other companies. And recently I stopped working with the companies and completely now I'm into training and freelancing work I am doing from my side. Okay, I worked with the different companies as a ERP consultant and team lead with the different roles. Now I'm completely into training. Okay, I handle like this online training, classroom trainings. And other point, I request you all please mute yourself. I can see here some disturbance. Okay, and okay, fine, great. Another point is, in between, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. And if you don't have any background noise, from your side, then you can unmute and you can ask me the question. If you have in the place where you have some background noise and all, I request you to just type your question in the chat window. Okay, so that's our request from our side. Let's do in that way if you have any question. Okay, fine. And for this training, you are unable to hear anything. It's only fine. So I just please check your audio connectivity. Okay, you have to use computer option. Once you connect here, there will be two options. One is just audio, computer audio, and you will be finding some other audio. Just check that option, then you won't be facing an issue. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's all about myself. Okay, so now let's just move into this today's demo agenda. Okay, Jenny, you have to check yourself because from our side everything we set fine. Okay, we don't have any just issue where we have to check and where we just have to fix the issue. From your side, just you have to check your audio options. Just you have to use the microphone, earphones. Then you'll be able to connect to this video sessions. Fine. Great. Fine. Good. Fine. Just we'll talk on this today demo agenda. So first we'll look into what is all about Oracle Fusion applications. The second bullet point here is the what would be the implementation model. If any client is going to just going to use this Fusion applications, what would be the adaptation are available from Oracle, and what is the meaning of each and every adaptation or model we'll be discussing. The third point here is what is the Fusion enterprise structure. Okay, we know in EBS, we know the multi-org structure similar to here in Fusion, the same we are calling as enterprise structure. Is there any difference or it is same as EBS? That will be discussing in this point. And the other point is Oracle Fusion architecture. Okay, we'll just compare what is architecture in EBS and how it would be in Fusion. That will be discussing few points on that to get some understanding about the Fusion architecture. The other point is rapid implementation process. What exactly rapid implementation process? How far it will be supported for the implementation process, that will be discussing here. And next concept is Fusion data conversion process. We know in EBS what is the practice we follow to do the data conversions at the time of implementation to move the data from legacy to EBS. The same process, how that can be handled when you are implementing the Fusion applications. We'll see. And finally, we'll discuss on what is the course curriculum we have for this training. Okay, so fine. Anyway, this session I'll be sharing. We are recording. Not only this session, every session will be recording and will be sharing after the completing that particular session. Okay, so that These sessions you can use for your reference purpose in future reference. Okay, done. Now the first point is Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, just will walk through these points. Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, to understand about this Oracle Fusion application, just will just get into a few points. As we know, there I'm not able to hear. Naeem, you can check your audio connectivity. I'm really sorry because nothing is in our control from our side. Everything we set to fine. So if you are not, anybody is not able to hear, you have to check from your end. There is no just check we have to do from our side here. Okay, let me try with some workaround. I'll just unmute, mute all, and and I'll just try in that way. Okay, fine. Just I did what is possible from my side. Done. Okay. To understand what is the fusion applications, just we'll look into few points. So as we know, there are many ERP products in the market. Primarily, like we have Oracle, ERP, and SAP, and PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Siebel. Okay, these are the key ERP products we have in the market. And apart from these ERP products, okay, there are some solutions available which can be just used for the reporting capabilities for the company called as Hyperion. We have the other kind of reporting or budgeting uh, capabilities. We have one product called as Hyperion. This is for reporting and other areas. Just anyway, we'll go through it. And we have Primavera. Okay, so these the selected products are ERP products. These solutions, Hyperion and Primavera, can be used as a part of ERP solutions. Okay, so when you look into Oracle ERP, we know from Oracle there are many solutions. They have solutions for financials and supply chain management, projects, manufacturing, and retail, and many areas. Okay, they are offering the solutions from Oracle ERP. But out of Oracle ERP, what is the best solution Oracle is offering is that is nothing but financials. And SAP, yes, there are some solutions. I'm not going to talk about SAP. I'm not interested to talk about it. So here I'll talk about PeopleSoft. When I talk about PeopleSoft, PeopleSoft is best product for the area of HR movements, for HR solutions. From PeopleSoft also there are many solutions. Out of that, best solution is HR solution. And from JD Edwards also we have JD Edwards financials, procurement, and many other solutions. But out of entire JD Edwards, the best piece of solution is procurement. And from Siebel, majorly the Siebel we can use as a best solution for CRM. Okay, from Siebel, CRM solution is the best in the market. Hyperion is best product for reporting. And budgeting and other areas. Now I'm not going to take other areas. Primarily I required for discussion reporting. And we know like here Primavera is okay. Primavera offers best solution for project plannings. Okay, so these are the different products we have as a part of ERPs. Other than what solutions we can use as a part of ERPs, these are the Just noted points, you can look into that. Now, out of these many different ERP products we have in the market, except except ERP, whatever I listed here, except SAP, except SAP, the rest of all ERP products Oracle acquired, as we know. Okay, it's not happened very recently. It's keep happening from many years back. Okay, these are all ERP products, and these products also Oracle acquired. After acquiring all these ERP products and other solutions, what Oracle did is they taken best solutions out of these all ERP products. They taken best solution from Oracle ERP. They taken financials from PeopleSoft. They taken HR solution from JD Edwards. They taken procurement from CBL. They taken CRM solutions. There are many other products which Oracle acquired. From all these products, they taken the best features or best solutions out of those products, and they built one ultimate application called as Fusion applications. So when I talk about Fusion, it's not like just Oracle ERP or just PeopleSoft. This is built on different ERP products, and apart from ERP, what are the other solutions which can be used as a part of enterprise solutions? All they brought and they built application called as Oracle Fusion applications. So this is the meaning of Oracle Fusion applications. If anybody has question on this point, whatever we discussed, just you can raise your point, we can discuss now. If you don't have any background noise, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. If you have any background noise, I request you to just type your question in the chat window so that I'll be answering from my side. Any questions on this point? Just we are talking about what exactly Oracle Fusion applications. The simple point is, okay, why Fusion applications? Okay, it's a good question. I got a question from Rajesh. Why Fusion applications? See, if any company, just now we discussed, if any company is going for these application solutions, if they opt Oracle ERP, the best solution is available from Oracle is finance. Okay, and they'll definitely say there is one company who are going to implement this ERP product. Now the big question is which ERP they have to opt. So since finance is good from Oracle ERP, they have to implement Oracle ERP from Oracle. And for PeopleSoft HR solutions, they have to opt the solution from PeopleSoft organization. And for procurement, they have to buy the license from JD Edwards. For CRM solutions, they have to buy the license from CBIL. For reporting solutions, they have to buy the license from Hyperion. If the company is going to do the kind of, its organization is a project oriented organization, they have to take the license from Primavera. It will be costing very high for the company. So that is the reason if they go with Oracle Fusion application, they no need to take multiple licenses. All the best products, best solutions are available within the Fusion application. That is the reason any company should go with the Fusion applications. Okay, simple example. If you are going to buy some laptop for any purpose, you will be buying the laptop from which company? You may buy from Dell. If you are going to buy AC, you'll be buying from which company? You'll be buying from the different company. You may not buy from Dell. If you are going to buy a refrigerator, okay, you may not buy from Dell. Reason, because those products are just all those products whatever you are looking for, you may not buy from particular vendor, right? You will be just choosing who are providing the best features, accordingly will be opting. In the same way, when you talk about these Fusion applications also, we got all these different product features as a part of Fusion application. If any company is going to opt the solution as a Fusion applications, they can get best solutions from the different ERP products as a part of single ERP, that is Fusion ERP application. Okay, that is a point. I have one question here from Johnny. When there is already R12 and is running fine, then why Fusion is introduced? Yes, just now we are discussing the same point. If any company is using Oracle R12, why they have to go with the Fusion? From Fusion Oracle side, R12 side, the best solution is finance only. When you compare EBS HRMS solutions, that can be core HR or other parts, okay, whatever we have. So payroll or another areas, what another modules, whatever we have, when you compare that application functionality or process, how best it supports for organization needs with PeopleSoft, the PeopleSoft would be the best. And when if any company is using R12 release 12, okay, when you compare release 12 procurement product functionality or process whatever available from EBS R12, okay, that if you compare with JD Edwards would be better than, okay, Oracle ERP R12 procurement process. And CRM solution also, whatever you are just using, if any company is using CRM solutions from Oracle ERP R12 version, that always, okay, will be better than, I mean, that whatever the company is using that CRM solution from ERP R12 ERP, that so that when you compare with the CBL CRM will be the best part. And like Hyperion, just many clients will be using for their reporting solutions, okay, and Primavera also, just for that, just all they are providing as a single suite now, okay. So for each business area you can opt, you are going to get best solution out of the market, out of the market solutions, okay. So that's how you are going to have, okay. So and this is the question I have from you, and any other questions?
Uh, Lakshman, one quick question. This is Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva, please.
Yeah. Uh, when
Shiva, from your side, audio is not just we are not able to hear you properly. There is a lot of noise. There is a lot of just
it comes to
disconnectivity, I can say. Hello.
the architecture of the
Hello. Shiva, could you please?
Lakshman, you there?
I'm sorry, I just completely lost whatever you are telling. Could you please repeat your question?
Yeah. I'm asking about is Fusion application is similar lines of the art in terms of architecture wise. Is it similar lines of Oracle EBS or something more or any
That
extra
Yeah, I got your question.
advantage features?
Yeah,
Can I?
Shiva, I got that question. See, if you look into today our demo agenda, you can just see that point. Oracle Fusion architecture. Okay, we'll be discussing that also. Okay, that will come after these points. We'll be covering that definitely. Okay, after that, still, if you have any question, you can raise the point. There is a difference.
And one last
As a,
question.
yeah,
So,
yeah, please.
is Fusion apps called as a cloud, or cloud will be something
We'll talk about.
different
We'll
when we
talk that will come to know when we talk about fusion implementation models. We'll just that I'll be covering in that.
already? Thanks.
Yeah. Fine. Any other questions? Just we are talking about what exactly fusion applications, not very in detail level, just from which products, which areas of solution they taken and they build fusion application, that we are talking very high level. So if you have any questions, please raise the questions on just based on these points. Other points anyway we are going to cover in this demo session. Okay, done. If you don't have any questions on this, I'll just move to the other point. That is nothing but Oracle Fusion implementation models or adaptations. Sorry. Fine. So when we talk about fusion implementation models or adoptions, basically here we have two options, two models we have from Oracle. Two options, one is on premise, other one is cloud. Okay, if any client is going to use these fusion applications, there are two options available. Again, cloud, within the cloud different models also we have. Whatever we have to understand, we'll be discussing those points. Okay, first we'll see what is the meaning of on premise. So we know very well what is the meaning of on premise. So in R12, whatever the implementations takes place, all are on premise. What is the meaning of on premise? In on premise environment, what happens is, just let me check, it's getting recorded, fine. Okay, when you talk about on premise, what happens is client has to buy the server infrastructure, and client will take the license from Oracle for the product, and the entire instance maintenance will be taken care by the client resource, technical resource. And here the challenge is, okay, the disadvantage is, the advantages, what are the advantages? If any company go with on premise, okay, just we are trying to understand the term called as on premise. If any company will go with on premise, okay, it can be R12, release 12 or fusion, anything on premise, or let me take with the fusion point only, fine. See, when you are going with a fusion, we have a two options, on premise and cloud. If any company is going to opt on premise solution from Oracle, what they have to do is they'll be buying the license from Oracle for the product, and they have to get their server infrastructure, okay, and they have to maintain they have to have a technical resource who will take care of this server. So the server will be maintained in the client, okay, premises itself. That's how we'll do here. What is the advantage? If you go with on-premise model, when you are going to use the fusion applications, so you'll have a great flexibility of doing the customization as per your business requirement. Okay, and what are the disadvantages? If you go with on-premise, you have to invest lot for licensing. You have to invest, you have to spend a lot of money for licensing, and again you have to buy the your own server infrastructure. Again, that is the more cost is involved in that activity. Other one is the maintenance and everything should taken care by the client company only. Okay, these are the disadvantages. One is, so licensing fee they have to pay lot, and other disadvantage is server infrastructure they have to spend lot. Third one is they have to maintain the technical resource who can take care of their on-premise server. And the big advantage is, okay, they can, if they have on-premise instance, the client can do the enough customizations as per their business requirement. And other advantage is security, data security. Okay, these are the advantages and disadvantages, and what is the meaning of on-premise. If any client will go with a cloud, what is the meaning of cloud? See, in on-premise, what happens? We'll have a physical server infrastructure. We'll have a physical server which will be residing in the client premises. But when we go with the cloud option, in cloud computing, what happens is you no need to go with any physical server. You no need to go for any physical server. The servers in case of cloud option, the servers will be residing in the internet source. That means that is not at all a physical server. The virtual servers can be maintained in the internet resource. The cloud computing company can provide you the virtual servers as per your business requirement. So on-premise server will be purchasing that hardware and all that capacities and all will be purchasing as per the how much volume of the data we are going to maintain. This is all about configuration. Okay, so we'll be opting what is the configuration required based on the volume of the business transaction will be doing, the data which will be maintained. Accordingly, will be spending money and you will be buying the on-premise server. In the same way, you can buy the service from cloud computing company as per your business requirement, but you are not going to maintain any physical server. The servers will be maintained as a virtual servers in internet resource. how it works. Cloud computing company, what they do is they'll be maintaining big missions which can generate virtual servers in the internet source, which can be used by client. How they use physical servers in terms of installing the softwares and what are the transaction process, everything how we do by using on-premise servers. By using on-premise servers, how we can manage, how we can maintain our softwares, how we can use that applications in the business process. In the same way, you will be able to use, okay, these virtual servers which will be residing in the internet resource. So what is the advantage if you go with the cloud option? What is the advantage if you go with the cloud option? When you say cloud, simple, it's internet source. You are going to maintain your servers in the internet as a source, and there is no physical server. Say you have a server located in US and you are operating the business in many other countries. So when user is working on premise environment, the session connectivity, if the user is connecting to the server, it may take some time. The server response time and performance, definitely there will be some issues. Okay, you may have very high configuration, but that is not going to be better than cloud solution. So when user is accessing the server which is residing in US, so and so location as on-premise server, so when your user is connecting, there will be some time it will take, and when they're performing some activities, the response time also there will be some issues. Altogether there will be some performance related issues. Reason, the server is not reside as a source of internet. But in case of cloud, simple, wherever you find internet, wherever you connected to internet, your servers are there. Because for cloud, this virtual servers source is internet. Just if you want to connect to your server, simple one click. You no need to think servers are residing somewhere. Servers are residing in front of you if you are sitting in front of internet system. So that is a great advantage we can have. So now Oracle is one of the biggest cloud computing company. So once they started this cloud fusion, I mean Oracle acquired. We discussed Oracle acquired many other ERP products and many other in industries, enterprise solutions. Along with that, Oracle acquired many other technologies also. Out of that, one of the technologies cloud. Okay, the cloud computing companies also Oracle acquired. Now the cloud solution is available from Oracle, since they are offering fusion applications as a part of cloud option. So within the cloud, what are the different options we have? Okay, if any company is going to opt, see, company can go with on-premise or cloud. If company go with the cloud, what is the advantage we are discussing here? It's just performance wise and all, it will be easy. There won't be any cost we have to incur much for the server infrastructure and all. Reason, the complete server infrastructure will be maintained as a virtual servers in the internet source. And other points also just will touch those points. Again, we have to add some other options which are available within the cloud. So within the cloud, we have a model called as pass. Within the cloud, we have different options. Many options we have, but we don't require all the options to understand when we are working as a functional consultant on any area. There's few options, two options basically we have to understand. The cloud, with the cloud option, within the cloud, we have an option called as pass. Here, pass stands for platform as a service. And other option we have, other model we have, cloud with SaaS model. SaaS stands for software as a service. Okay, the cloud, these are the major two options we can see. Okay, so when you talk about PaaS model, platform as a service, what Oracle will do is you can opt the cloud option from the Oracle. You can go with the cloud model, and what Oracle will do is Oracle will provide the platform okay, where you can start doing your implementation. That will be just the entire server will be residing in the cloud based only internet source. And Oracle, if you go with the PaaS model, Oracle will give the option, okay, where you can start working on your instance, okay, the software. And Oracle will 100% will allow you to do the customization as per your business requirement. And if you go with SaaS model, okay, there will be limitations. If you go with the SaaS model, customizations are not allowed. Only if you want to do some small kind of personalizations and all that are allowed. With the SaaS model, you cannot do any customizations. If you go with the SaaS model, what is the advantage? If you go with on-premise, you have to buy the license for the product and you have to maintain your own servers and all. But if you go with SaaS model, what happens is you don't need to take any license from Oracle for product. So you can pay user base, use and pay. That's it. You don't need to take any license. You don't need to worry about your servers. All the servers, the whatever the virtual server you are opting from Oracle, that will be maintained by Oracle only. And you don't need to take any license for the product. Just you should have a agreement contract with Oracle saying that okay, you are going to use the Oracle Fusion applications from Oracle as a cloud solution by opting the SaaS model. Here, I'm sorry. Here you can have a contract with Oracle saying that we are going to have these many users. Based on the users will be paying you, or else you may opt the subscription as yearly. This is the amount you will be paying to Oracle. Okay, this is how just you can have a contract with Oracle. If that is fine from two parties, then you can start using the SaaS model. So even PaaS also will work in the same way, but the difference between PaaS and SaaS is SaaS model you cannot do any customization. You are not allowed to do any customization. In case of PaaS model, yes, it is possible you can do the customizations. Because why Oracle is giving this model? Reason we know, like that big organizations, as per their business process, okay, without doing the customization, they cannot go ahead with the standard functionality which is available from any ERP product. So take a simple example, GE or Emerson or Cisco. For this kind of big companies, as per their business process, they should go with the customization. In that case, they cannot opt cloud solution from Oracle with the model of SaaS. So for that reasons, Oracle is offering PaaS model. Once that is PaaS model, through PaaS model, once they're done with the implementation, the customizations and solution, they can integrate the PaaS model with the SaaS. If client will go with the SaaS model, what is the advantage? If there is any latest version Oracle is going to introduce, you if the client customers who are opted SaaS model, they no need to go with upgradation. Auto upgrade will take place. That will be done by Oracle only. Okay, that is the reason your client may opt SaaS once the solution is implemented in their environment, that they can migrate to SaaS model. The SaaS model big advantage is if client is going with higher, I mean Oracle is moving to the next upgrades, latest versions. If they are going to release new version, if the clients are standing on SaaS model, they no need to go with upgrade activities. Automatically their virtual server products will get upgraded automatically. So these are the two options are available. The people who are going to, the clients who are going to use Fusion applications, they can go with any option. On premise they can go, and cloud based also they can go. But in cloud based, generally what we think, there will be some issue with security. But now Oracle is offering this cloud solution with very highest security. Okay, even in fact banks also started using Oracle cloud solution. That much security they are taking care of it. They'll make sure that 100% security client will be getting. Okay, so these are the points to understand what are the different implementation models or adoptions are available from Oracle if any company is going to implement Fusion applications. Any questions on this, please? You can just unmute yourself. Just you can ask me, or else you can post your. Has Fusion stabilized or the bugs? No, now Fusion is stabilized because already they passed many versions. Okay, they started with very ground level of versions. They fixed many bugs, and there is many versions. When you talk about versions, we'll see that point. Okay, now Oracle, what are the product version is available in the market? 100% stabilized. And I'm getting few questions here. Let me go through one by one. And before that, I have other question. Will R12 projects to move to Fusion? No. If any client is on release 12, as of now, there is nothing like they can move to Fusion. That is not possible. The reason you'll understand when you talk about architecture of Fusion. The people direct they cannot move from R12 to Fusion. If any company want to go with the Fusion, just they have to completely start implementing from Fusion with the Fusion application. There is no upgrade possible as of now. Okay. And other question, as Fusion stabilized or bugs? Yes, Fusion is stabilized with the latest versions. Fusion having SCM modules. Yes, SCM modules we have, but with a full-fledged manner, order management is not at all ready from Oracle. Okay, the procurement solution is 100% ready from Oracle. Do you need to have license for pass? Okay, so when you talk about license, see here, when you go with the cloud option, it's all about the contract. Okay, you will have a contract whether you want to buy the product or else you want to use this service based on the users based or the duration based, that all the client and Oracle mutually has to agree and they can proceed. We have multiple options. Yes, they can take license and they can in pass model they can take license or else they can go ahead with the user subscription. Different options are available. And other question, I'm sorry, other question is, I'm just, it's not a question statement, I'm not able to hear. We are really sorry because we don't have any solution for that. From our side we don't have any issue. Okay, from yours, just please check your side. From your side, just then it should work. Do you need to, other question is, do you need to have license for pass? The same we discussed just now, we discussed the pass. Yes, you can take the license, otherwise without license also you can opt the solution. When we still facing some bugs in our company, see, if you are still facing the issues in your company, that depends on version, which version you are using. You might be using the version of release 9. Okay, so you might be using that release, it's release 11. So release 11, just see, you may get bugs. See, if you are using R12, which is well stabilized, which we call, still some clients will be facing some bugs. That would be there. But compared to almost it is stabilized, the bugs one or two you may get, that will remain all the time if there is some concept called as software product. Okay, but it's a stabilized, you may get some issues, you may get some small, just you may come across bugs, but product is stabilized. Few bugs always will be experiencing with any product. Okay, and is Fusion has OM? Okay, OM, the full-fledged functionality is not available. Still Oracle is working on that. In the next versions you may just see that from Oracle side. Okay, these are the questions. Any other questions?
I have a question, Lakshman. This is
Yeah,
Jenny.
yeah, please.
See, Lakshman, if at all the client says that I'm interested in going for R12 implementation only rather than going for Fusion,
Okay.
is Oracle still supporting R12, or
Yes.
are they going to stop supporting R12 and they're going to support only Fusion in future?
No, 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 no. Oracle will remain for a long period. Okay, there is no doubt. Still, many implementations are going on. Okay, so R12 will remain. It will be for a long period, no doubt. Other side, this is other solution Oracle is offering, which is a very from long term they are working and they deliver the solution. If any company want to go with R12, yes, Oracle says welcome for that. No doubt in that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Fine. Okay. Then we'll just move on to next topic called as Oracle Fusion Enterprise Structure. So before we talk about Oracle Fusion, I'm sorry, I copied the same. Okay. Oracle Fusion Enterprise Structure. Before we talk about Oracle Fusion Enterprise Structure, what is the multi-org structure in R12? So as we know, the multi-org structure as per R12 is EBS R12. Okay, because let me call it as EBS R12. Otherwise, in Fusion also we are going to get a release as a 12 also very soon. Okay, EBS R12 multi-org structure. So in top level we'll have a business group, and under business group we'll have a primary ledger, under primary ledger legal entity, under legal entities operating units, and inventory organization. Okay, this is a multi-org structure when you refer R12. It's 2OU and LE and the primary ledger, BU business business group BG. So this is a multi-org structure as per EBS. As per Fusion, the naming convention, just we are not calling it as a multi-org structure. As per Fusion, that same multi-org structure which we are just referring in EBS, that we call as enterprise structure. So in R12 we are calling as multi-org, in Fusion we are calling as enterprise structure. So as per multi-org structure, these are all our organization units. Okay, these are all our organization units. Okay, in the same way in Fusion, how that structure, they form the structure. The very high level, as per R12, what we have, business group. Similar to that, not exactly similar, we'll discuss that points. The top level, they will have enterprise. Under enterprise, we can find divisions. Under divisions, you can find primary ledger. Under primary ledger, you can find legal entity, as EBS, and under legal entity you'll find here as per R12 operating units. Same R12 operating units in Fusion we are calling as business units. Simply we call as BU. Under business units you can find the inventory organization. Okay, so here again inventory level there is some distribution center concept also, but that we don't need to take as a part of enterprise structure. Okay, this is what you can find enterprise structure in the Fusion environment. So what is enterprise? Enterprise is nothing but group company. Okay, in the Fusion environment, in R12 environment, you can create a number of business groups, but in Fusion you can have only one enterprise. For one instance, one enterprise. But how the business group concept can be handled? The business group concepts can be handled, okay, as a legislative data groups, and we have some other concepts which are part of HRMS solution. Through that you will be able to handle. Okay, here you can understand the enterprise is nothing but group company. But just for comparison, here you can create in R12 you can create the multiple business groups, but here in Fusion you cannot create multiple enterprises. The business group concept can be handled as a part of, means within the enterprise only. Okay, that means all business groups which are dealing for HR solutions and all payroll solutions, those can be mapped and defined within the enterprise with HR solution. Okay, so that's how you can manage. And division, when you talk about division, so generally we can have a division segment in our chart of accounts to manage with the divisions. Apart from that, here that you can have as enterprise structure which will facilitate the data segregation at geographical locations. Means if you are running the business in the different geographies, each geography you can take as one division. That's how you can use the concept called as divisions concept Or else if you are dealing with a different products, or if you are into different vertical of businesses, say there is company who are into automobiles and software solutions, and they are into textile business. So these three you can create as a three divisions as a part of your enterprise structure. So accordingly you will be able to process your business transactions and you can have a reporting. So that is the concept of division. For a division we have a scope of, one is geography based divisions you can have, otherwise based on business vertical of businesses whatever you're doing, accordingly you can have a divisions. The rest are same as EPS. The primary ledger and legal entities, business units. Operating units, what we call in R12 we are calling as operating units. The same in Fusion we are calling as business units. The inventory will remain same as the inventory organization. Okay. So this is the enterprise structure you can find in the Fusion environment. Any question, please? Okay. The enterprise. So for each country, if you are going to do the implementation for different countries, in EBS, you may go with one BZ for multiple countries, or else for each country you can go with a separate BZ. Two options are available. But here, if you are going to do the implementation for multiple countries, enterprise will be one. Within the enterprise, for each country, for HR and payroll handling process, you can have a so HR related solution as uh, what we call like this. Just I noted that given that point. Legislative data groups. Okay, legislative data groups. Here business group, there we call as legislative data groups, which will be part of HRMS solution, which will be addressing similar functionality, which is available in R12 as a business group. Okay, so these are the points to understand about enterprise structure, which we can see in the Fusion applications. I'm sorry. The other point is here Oracle Fusion architecture. Fine. When you talk about Oracle Fusion architecture, before we talk about this Fusion architecture, we'll just see our R12 EBS R12 architecture. It's very simple. There will be primarily application tier and database tier, and there will be some front-end user interface also, but that is not the key point here to discuss. There will be applications. We'll have applications, and the applications will be tightly connected with the databases. Okay, that's it. This is a simple architecture we can understand. I'm not including that user interface. Okay, the presentation architecture I'm not taking here. The simple architecture is application and database. But when you look into Oracle Fusion applications, here just what happens. So we'll have application directly will connect to the database. If anything you want to manage with the rules or something, any administration part you want to do, all things you have to do within the application level only. So there is no other kind of tier which will be administrating all your application processes and database related controls and the security concepts and all cannot be administrated in EBS R12 environment, because the architecture they built in such a way where direct connectivity between the application and database. But when we look into Fusion application architecture, we'll have a Fusion applications and we'll have a Fusion database. Okay, now hope you are just clear on that. I'm just removing this point, not required. Okay, Fusion applications and Fusion database. In between this Fusion applications and the Fusion database, they brought concept called as Fusion middleware. Okay, Fusion middleware. So when we are going to work on these applications, when you are going to work on Fusion applications, the Fusion application, whatever you are going to do the process or activity, anything, those all can be administrated by Fusion middleware. We have a different tools and different applications as a part of Fusion middleware. That what Fusion middleware what do is it will be administrating your applications and functionalities and process and security aspects. Everything will be administrated by middleware. Again in EBS, if you have any application, if you want to integrate with third-party application, directly will go with a direct connectivity. The third-party application will do the mapping directly. Will just with the help of technical team, will build sub interface and will be just making the connectivity between third party application direct respective EBS product application. But in the Fusion, we are not going to do in that way. If you are going to do any integration with any Fusion applications, that has to happen through middleware only. Okay, the middleware, there are many technologies. By using that, there is just we'll discuss few points. Through that only it will happen. Even if you are going to just work on these Fusion applications, any kind of approvals and all, the approvals also will be administered by Fusion middleware related tools only. Okay, so if you are doing something, any process here, the entire process will be administered by middleware, and all the rules or controls, business policies, all you can build here, and the security also you can build based on that base only. The process you will be able to use the Fusion applications ultimately based on the process, whatever the outcome, that will be stored in the database. Okay, the Fusion applications in R12, what happens, application will be doing something, directly will be stored, there won't be much administration part and more security which can be done as a separate layer, that will be just there. Okay, as a part of respective application, few things can be administered by some other products also, but here totally they decentralize these administration parts, which will be where the system, everything will be sync and working here. So when you talk about Fusion applications, what are the Fusion applications means? As we know, the same point here. So when you talk about Fusion applications, your financial applications and your procurement applications and your PPM, project portfolio management. In EBS, whatever we are calling as project suite, that here we are calling as PPM. And other products are HCM, human capital management, HRMS, payroll, and other HR related solutions. Financials means we have all GL, APR, CMFA, tax, the tax, EBS, EBT tax we call as Fusion tax here, and procurement, the purchasing self-service procurements, and supplier portal, iSupplier, and sourcing. All these comes under procurement. PPM, it all project costing management, and project costing, project billing, project management, project resource management, what we know in EBS, those all will be part of PPM, project portfolio management. HCM, human capital management, here you can find all core HR, payroll, options management, and performance management, which are part of HR suite in EBS, all will be part of HCM. Okay, there is some different terminology for that, that we'll be discussing in the next session. But when you talk about Fusion application, these are the different group of application. When application means definitely GL, APR, but just I'm taking product family base. And when you talk about Fusion middleware, what are the different components or tools we have as a part of Fusion middleware? We have like IDM or OEM, and we have APM, and we have BPM, and we have BPL, SOA, and something OCM, Oracle content management. So on many technologies we have as a part of this, based on our course, whatever points we have to touch, what we should aware of, that will go through it anyway. These all we can say middleware applications are middleware tools. When you talk about IDM or OEM, okay, here just let me do this, what it stands for. IDM stands for identity manager. OEM stands for Oracle Identity Manager. Both are same. Sorry. Okay. IDM or OEM, both are same. Okay. OEM stands for Identity Manager. OEM stands for Oracle Identity Manager. What is the use of this OEM or IDM? Okay. So these are equal to, in EBS we have a system administrator. Okay, system administrator. Through system administrator only we can create the users, and we can just do other definitions also. You can create the menus, and you can create the responsibilities, rest of thing. The administration, application related administration work can be performed by system administrator in EBS. You can compare this IDM or OM equal to that system administrator when you know EBS of R12. Okay, we'll discuss more detail level what else we can do. Simple point as of now you can understand the user creation and all the role assignments which will be equal to responsibilities. Here we don't have any concept called as responsibilities in Fusion, that also will be discussing in detail level. The user management and some kind of application related basic administration work will be done by here. Okay, simple point you can take, user management can be done from IDM or OM. And other one is APM. APM stands for APM, Access Policy Manager or Management. You can call it just generic thing is just generally you can call it as Access Policy Manager. For this other way you can call it as Authorization Policy Manager or Authorization Policy Management also you can call. Okay, what is use of APM? So we know in EBS, Oracle is providing seeded menus for payables, receivables, general ledger. For all the applications, Oracle is providing seeded menus which consist of standard functionality which is offered by Oracle. The same way Fusion, we don't have any concept called as menus. Here similar to menus, we have a roles. Okay, all the roles can be managed by APM only. So within the APM, we can manage all the roles which are equal to menus in EBS. Okay, EBS in system administrator itself, you can find all the menus. But in Fusion, all the roles are managed in APM only. So again, the roles will be maintained through role templates. For that purpose, we can use the APM. If you want to create new roles also, new role templates also, that all possible from APM only. Okay, we'll go in detail when we are working on the system, when we are touching that application. Okay, just high level, just I want to give you some overview. And BPM stands for Business Process Management. Okay, in EBS, if you want to set approvals for payables, we have AME, Approval Management Engine. By using Approval Management Engine, you can set up the approvals for payables. But in Fusion, if you want to set payables approval or any approval, okay, any approvals, it can be procurement, purchasing related approvals, or journal approvals, or invoice approvals. If there is any approval process required, okay, that all you can set from BPM only in Fusion. Okay, BPM stands for Business Process Management. By using the BPM, you can configure your approvals and all. So we don't have any AME and all in Fusion applications. Fine. Okay, we'll see just anyway in our session in our classes we'll go and set the approvals from BPM also. We'll see the transaction process, the approvals complete, whether routing or not, how we can approve, everything we'll see in this. Okay, this is all about BPM. Okay, and the next one is BPL. These we no need to focus on much. This purely technical related. BPM stands for Business Process Execution Language. This is the one of the language which generally just we use in Fusion applications when we are going to do any kind of integrations, or when we are going to consume some services, when we are going to use some services, when we are going to get some services into process for a kind of integrations. You can understand, for integrations purpose, to write the programming and all, we'll be using the BPL, Business Process Execution Language. And other one is SOA, so service oriented architecture. On this SOA structure only, many things will be running in the middleware. Okay, even if you are going to work on the BPM, Business Process Execution Language, this application, this product is built on SOA only. If you want to, in EBS we have workflows. If you want to go and create new workflow, or if you want to do the customizations, you know the workflow builder. If you know the workflow builder, if you are expertise on workflow builder, you can go and do the customization, or else altogether you can build new workflow also. But in Fusion, if you want to build some workflows and all, you should be aware of this SOA and the relevant objects. And OCM, okay, Oracle Content Management. So within your instance environment, any kind of documentation, repositories and all, as a content you can maintain. This is also one of the middleware tool. Okay, and we have some other tools also, other UCM, universal content management. This is also just will be using in the process of data conversion activities, and you will just come across this all these points. Okay, these are the different middleware tools or applications we can understand. So when we are going to work on these fusion applications, all these processes, everything will be administrated or controlled by these tools and all. Okay, other one is fusion database. When you talk about EBS, in EBS we have Oracle database. We know in Oracle database which data will be stored. Which data will be stored? Transactional data will be stored. But in the fusion, basically we have two databases. One is Oracle database, and other one is S-based database. Okay, Oracle database will be using, okay, for to store the transactional data, and S-based database will be using to store the summary of the balances. Basically this is for reporting purpose. Okay, this is for reporting purpose. Oracle acquired Hyperion product. The Hyperion basically for reporting purpose, reporting and planning purpose. So from there they taken this space database. What happens is whenever you perform any transaction through any fusion application, first the data will go and sit in the Oracle database in transactional format. The immediately the data from transaction summarized balances will go to S-based database, where the data can be maintained as a multi-dimensional model, where that can be supported for online reporting. Okay, without taking much time, just we'll just discuss that points also, but simple understanding here. We have Oracle database. Each and every transaction directly will be stored in the Oracle database in transactional base. The same data whatever stored in the Oracle database transactional base, the summary balances will be transferred to S-base cubes. We'll have a concept called as cubes. Okay, that we'll see, just will come across, we'll see that. Okay, here just high level understand. This is all about Oracle fusion architecture. If you have any questions on these three elements or three tiers whatever we are discussing, you can ask me, we'll discuss. Please make sure that you don't have any background noise. If you are going to ask, unmuting yourself. If you have background noise, please type your question so that I'll be answering. So the first question is, I think SOA used as a middleware in R12. No, yes, you are right. But SOA, service oriented architecture, can be used in any environment. Okay, service oriented architecture, SOA can be used in R12, or it can be used in SAP, it can be used in some other ERP products also. I'm not saying SOA is part of only Oracle. SOA is one of the kind of solution is available in the market that we are using as part of our fusion, that is part of middleware I'm discussing. It can be used anywhere. That can be used anywhere. See, Oracle database we are not using just only for Oracle application, right? SAP uses using Oracle database, and other products also using. Okay, that is a point here. And is BPEL replaced PL SQL? No. This is altogether separate language. Okay, altogether separate language. Still, your the SQL or PL SQL skills can be used in Fusion environment also in many areas for customizations. Not replaced. Not replaced. This is altogether separate language. Any other questions on this? Yes, space. Yeah, 1 second. Let me answer this. Space is for data mining. Yes, it is kind of summary balances, where reporting purpose, you can say, basically for reporting purpose, for multi-dimensional reporting purpose. It's a very simple. So now in our this will be seeing in R12 we have a FSG. In that place they given financial reporting center, where the data will be fetching from space. It's majorly for reporting purpose. Yes, as you said, data mining. That to summarize data mining purpose, not transactional data mining. Okay, now please, somebody is asking question.
Yeah. So this is Shiva.
Shiva, please.
So is that ADF plays a main role in the fusion application with the middleware, or how different that ADF?
ADF
is ADF. Yeah,
I'll come to that point. Yes, see, ADF, when you talk about ADF, in R12, the complete environment, almost most of the features are formed, most of the features are introduced with the mode of forms, right? So few areas like say in finance, suppliers, customers, banks, all we can see with ADF environment, web-based, JSP, Java server pages. So now in Fusion, you don't find any forms. All are web pages which are built with ADF technology. Okay, if any technical people are going to work on Fusion, they should know the ADF. Then only they'll be able to create any the function based forms. So that's what here we have to understand. There is no form based environment. Again, we'll be having just single user interface. In R12, when you go and we log in, and it will just list out all the response. You click on that, one form will open as a navigator. Again, you will click on that, you will take the navigation, it will open one more form. You will fill some data. Again, you click on, there will be some sequence of forms will be lined up when we are working on certain process. But you know more, you are going to see that kind of experience when we are working with the Fusion. It's like just single user interface. You never see multiple forms keep opening and all. No forms you can see in the Fusion environment. It's a single user interface, web based. That is the reason ADF is required. And
Okay. And also,
please.
other question is, how about, like, we have a application tier and database tier in EBS, right?
Yes.
So how different is that in Fusion?
See, that is same like as EBS we have Fusion applications and Fusion database same. But when you compare with EBS, the Fusion applications are equal to EBS applications only. But Fusion database, when I talk about that, in Fusion we have Oracle database as a space. This is space for primarily reporting purpose. And in EBS you don't find any S-based database as a part of product solution. And in Fusion EBS you don't have any middleware concept where this all will be there, and even your application system administrator and all will comes under application part only. It won't be, because there is no section called as middleware in R12. That is here, that is the difference. There is no middleware concept. Here we have middleware concept. With the middleware concept, all these technologies, all these tools can be managed here as a centralized place to administrate all your business process and application related uh, controls and everything. That's how it's different compared to EBS.
Okay, thank you.
Fine. Let me go through these questions. And is BPL, we discussed that mining is BI and space same? No. BI and space are not same. Space is the database, BI is the business intelligence. That is, see, normally when we are working on EBS, the client may take the license for BI reporting. It won't come inbuilt solution with R12. But in Fusion, the BA also will come as inbuilt offering with the Fusion applications. Now all the reporting we are going to have with the BA publisher reporting on. Okay, both are not same. Space is the database, BA is a reporting solution. Okay, this is just database name, Space. And other question is ASO cube used for space or BS. See, we no need to look into that the very detailed technical terms called as space. Okay, just we have to understand cubes. We are not going to just do any activity on space. We should understand when we are working from front end, the back end, back to this Oracle database, there is one database called as space. More than that, we don't need any knowledge. When we are working on the front end, these applications, okay, automatic system will be storing the data to database. From there are some programs auto triggering. It will just pump the data into space database. Okay, that level of knowledge is not required. That is the reason I'm not going to talk on that point. Okay, you can use space for reporting from Oracle. Yes, you can use this any application. Space Hyperion is one of the product. Hyperion is the one of the product. You can use this Hyperion for any ERP product or any enterprise related products. Anywhere you can use. What I'm trying to say is, when we are using Hyperion backend database is space. In our Fusion applications, we are going to use that Hyperion related kind of solution also. That is the reason for reporting purpose. Reporting solutions, Oracle is just taken the solution from Hyperion. That is part of our Fusion applications as a Hyperion Financial Reporting Center or Studio. So to support that, to maintain the summarized balances in the backend, we are using the space. Space database can be used anywhere for any product anywhere. That is for sure. Any other questions?
Yeah, one final question for me, Shiva.
Please.
And how are these, like, in EBS we have a file servers, right, for the database and application. So, like, in a Fusion, so how are we going to maintain that? Is there any particular physical location for the files to pick up and FTP?
Yeah, see here, yes, that environment is there. That should be there because we have to move that files if required from our environment to other environment. For that, still here also you can use the tools called as PuTTY or other server connectivity tools. You'll be able to do that. But when you talk about that file management and all, here it's a big concept because in R12 we'll have one server, but here for each and every offering, I mean, say like financials, we have a separate. For financial, within the financials we have different applications, receivables, I mean, on all those applications. For group of applications they have a servers separate servers, and that servers maintenance and monitoring, and there are many other technologies brought into this Fusion applications. All are part of Fusion middleware only. It's a again big concept when you talk about servers and all in the Fusion environment. But whatever the point you are asking, yes, that is a anyway here also the same possible. You'll be able to just drag and drop from your desktop environment to the server environment by following the respective the connectivity tools that we can do. I got one more question here. You mean to say that all programs stored in a space database? Programs, I'm not talking about data. I'm talking about data. Say you just you are creating you created some journal in GL. The data as a journal format, the data will get stored in the Oracle database. From there, within the journal, we'll have some account. That account, for each account in the Oracle space database, we call as a member, or it can be account or specific period or currency value or everything will call as member, and particular period you will call it, I mean period you call as a dimension. Within that account you call as a dimension. Within that account, what are the accounts we have, those are members. So automatically whenever you create journal, the journal will be stored in the Oracle database, and that journal related amount will go and sit against the specific account, whatever the account you created journal, okay, with the dimension called as account. That's so I'm not talking about programs and all. Just data will get stored in the space. That's all. No programs. Any other questions?
One final, sorry, Shiva again.
Please, please.
How about database side? Like, in general, we query and write programs, right?
Yeah.
So just like that, can we query the Fusion database with
definitely. That should remain all the time. Any version Oracle will come up. Yes, with the same Toad or any Toad you can use, or some other whatever the standard Oracle tools you are using. Still, you can use the same and you can query. It's all about simple. All the time the database is just, there should be some environment where we can query and all. Yes, that is possible. That should be possible. Possible. Yes.
But only my concern is, like, when you talk about SaaS and PaaS, so when it is a SaaS, so software alone, right? So
see, no. See, thing is, you are not going to do any customization. Querying the data from the database is not a kind of doing some changes, some modification to standard functionality of the product. You always can do that. If you go with the SaaS model and all, so which will impact the product functionality and all, those they will be restricting, but you are always allowed to query the data and to analyze the data. That is possible with any model.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, but when we have a SaaS, so the instance access, like, TNS entries and all will be provided by Oracle or our client base?
No, that's everything. The complete infrastructure of server, everything will Oracle will be taken care. If you are going to connect to that server and all, yes, from your side you can do it. For that, Oracle, what Oracle has to provide, what you are talking here, there is no need of something Oracle has to provide for the TNS connectivities and all. Which can you highlight that point? What you are asking? Could you please elaborate?
Like, let's say if you are going as a cloud with SaaS environment.
Okay.
So everything will be handled by Oracle in terms of maintaining the servers and database, right?
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. So in that case, how you gonna request a TNS entry for the database. So
No, that Oracle will provide you. Oracle will provide you because because you are using that product. Definitely, you need that access. The TNS entry and everything Oracle will provide. You can ask them for your cloud virtual server. What is the TNS and all to connect to database or any other purpose? Any info, any credentials you required related to your instance. Yes, you will be getting from Oracle.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And let me go through other questions here. You can use a space that we answered. You mean to say this also discussed? The instance access what you give to students will be on cloud. No, I'm sorry. This would be on-premise. We have on-premise instance here. So you'll be getting access to on-premise instance, not to cloud. Okay. So we cannot give cloud because we cannot take from Oracle, first of all. Just since it's for training purpose. And other question is, do we get access to the database? No, we are not giving access to the database. Okay, just you will be getting access to application only. But if you want to understand about anything database and all, Oracle is providing some predefined files where you can go through that database related information. That I can just help you on for how to get it. But database access we are not giving because just people just start playing with this instance. Again, we'll be getting into many challenges. That is the reason we are not going to give any access to database. Only application, full access permissions we are going to give. We are going to give admin permissions. Like in EBS, if you get sysadmin, nothing will stop you to working on any application. Similar access we are going to give you. We are not going to restrict anything. You can just play with this instead, the functional point of view. And other question, all AP are CM stable same as R12? Yeah, almost same. There are slight changes. When you say what are the change between the R12 and release 12, 11i and release 12 tables, okay, similar changes you may find, very small, minute changes you can see, not big changes. You can think no big changes, very small, few changes we have, that's it. When you say between R11 and R12, there could be some more changes, you may see many changes, but when you compare between these two, there are no many changes. And other question, can you show us the access to the application? No, I didn't plan for that access. Yes, I can show, but anyway, that will come in the next session. Next session I'll be, before we go and see that application, there are certain points which I want to share with you so that that will be better understanding when you're accessing the instance. Okay, I can show you. I don't have any objection, I don't have any restrictions here, but that is planned for tomorrow session. In today's session, just I plan to discuss all these points which gives some understanding here. Okay, I'll do that, but I'll be doing tomorrow. Hope you'll be attending tomorrow also. And what is the type of hardware you require for? Okay, it's a very high configuration we require. Okay, we invested here lakhs and lakhs. I cannot give you the figures, but high configuration because too much configuration is required. You cannot install this Fusion application in your laptop or some other normal server systems also. We have to go with the rack servers. Okay, fine. And what is the next session? When is next session will be? See, today's session is its demo and first session. We don't conduct a demo one time and later we never plan for sessions. This is a demo for the people who want to just attend demo, and this is the first session for the people who want to continue with this course. Okay, tomorrow same time, tomorrow 8 o'clock we'll be connecting for second class. I mean to say first demo I'm treating as first, tomorrow session would be second session. And other thing, approximately how much RAM is needed? Okay, RAM here we are using 350 GB RAM. It's not hard disk, please note that point. 350 GB RAM. You think how much config is required? And just approximate. Yeah, that's what I given that point. Same. 350 GB RAM we are using because middleware is playing here a big role to support the middleware. Many components we have. If you want to just install your product into EBS, I mean your any server, so middleware, all tools, all products we have to install. Because of the middleware, that installation became big challenge. Okay, other question, what is the duration of this course? I'm sorry. The duration of this course would be, since we are going to have the sessions from Monday to Friday, so it will be completed within month. Okay, within, by hope you can think by end of this month this course will be completed, where just minimum 45 to 50 hours will be covering this course. We'll be spending 45 to 50 hours depending on you people questions and all. It may be just go beyond that. I'm not sure on that, I cannot answer, but generally this would be between 45 to 50 hours sessions. And other, how many hours, that's what, 45 to 50 hours. It can be more than that, depends on how the sessions will be going on in terms of discussion interactions. Can you give us high level picture of what all are covered in this? Yes, I am going to cover that. I have that in the course agenda. I'll be covering. I'm not going to wind up the session now. Just I'm going through this, just questions, whatever I'm getting here. So it is a 2 hours daily. Yes, 2 hours, 8 to 10. And other advantage here is we'll be providing every session recorded videos. Today, see, now we are having demo. This session we are recording, this later just will be sending to all the people who are going to continue the classes. Every session will record, and maybe within 1 hour gap will be sending to all the people, so that if somebody is going to miss the session, since all are working people, you don't need to worry about it. You can play that video offline. If you have any questions, you can come back to me. We can have one-to-one discussion over the phone or Skype or any other medium. We'll do in that way. That's not an issue. So 2 hours daily. And other question, per day how many hours? 2 hours. How many 2 hours? Every day 2 hours. And do you give a developer 2000 or to SQL? See, I just now I said we are not going to give the database access. We're not going to give database access because there is huge dependency on this instance for our trainings and people who are practicing. So we don't want to take risk by giving the database access. We have some experience. That is the reason we stopped. Initially we were giving. Okay, fine. We'll just, again we are driving into different questions. We'll see. Okay. So this is all about Fusion architecture. If you have any questions and relevant to this, you can ask me. We'll discuss. Access will be given for how many months? We'll give you access to 3 months. You'll complete the course within 1 month. Okay. Once you complete the formalities, you'll be getting the instance access. You can use up to 3 months. If you need more, we may give you 1 more month. We don't charge anything extra for that. Really somebody need for practice purpose only, not for other purposes, we can give you the access 1 more month. On that we can discuss offline, no issues. We'll support you in that case, no issues. Fine, done. Now just we'll move on to next point called as rapid implementation process. Okay, it's a simple point we are going to discuss here. Sorry. So rapid implementation. So here in the Fusion environment, what Oracle is doing is they are providing spreadsheets. Okay, what you can do is, so if you are going to do some setups in the system, we know, so based on our R12 experience, we have to just log into the system, and you have to go to proper responsibility, and you have to select particular, take the navigation, you have to just open that function, you have to fill some data. If there is some tab, you have to click on that, you have to select some values from LOV, or else you have to go through this. You will go to LOV, you will be searching for the data, you will be selecting. This is how there are a lot of work is involved when you are doing some system related configuration. To simplify all this configuration for specific functionalities, Oracle providing the spreadsheets. What you can do is simply you can enter the data in the spreadsheet, you can load into the system environment, automatically system will do the configuration, but this functionality is available for very limited functions. Say you can create your calendars, you can just load your currencies, you can enter all your primary ledgers and business units, means similar to R12 operating. So here we are calling as business units, all your business units, legal entities, and enterprise structure related information, enterprise, and your divisions, and the chart of account, segment related values, and legal entities. All this information you can fill in the spreadsheets that you can load into the system, which comes under rapid implementation process. Unfortunately, this functionality Oracle is not providing for all the functionalities which are available in the uh, specific product. Okay, that process also can be done anyway. Just I'll take you through that process when you are working on the system. But generally everywhere, everybody is, what they are doing is they are going with a manual process. In this rapid implementation process anyway, it's not available for all the areas of configuration. Very selected areas, again, if something goes wrong, everything will get failed. That is, as a best practice, everybody who are implementing this fusion, they are going with a manual process only. Again, there are some options. You can extract the data. If you can create project, and from there you can do the configuration. You can extract the data into spreadsheets that you can load into different environment. You may do the setups in the test environment. Those you can extract through spreadsheets, and you can, the same you can upload into development environment or other environment. That process also possible. That also comes under this rapid implementation process activities. That just will go through that when we are working on the instance. I'll show you from where you can find the template, how to fill, how to load. Just will walk through that. Okay, fine. That's all about, just I want to share simple point in this demo. And other point I want to just take you, these are not generally required, this we can come across in the course, but just let me talk about that to keep few points for our demo. Here, data fusion, data conversion process. We all are well know, just we know very well, like what is the practice will follow in R12. In R12, okay, if you are going to do the data conversion, what we do, we'll prepare the templates. We'll prepare the data templates. Okay, we'll prepare the data templates. It could be for master transactional data. After preparing the templates, those templates should be filled by, okay, we'll fill with the data. That will be done by business users. We'll be preparing the templates, will be just having the discussion with the business users. Okay, what is the purpose of the template, and what field talks about, to refer what their legacy field, which field the mapping, and all this will be explained, so that they can fill the data. Once they fill the data, these files will be sharing with the technical team. As we know, just the files will be shared with the technical team. They'll be converting. They'll convert these files into specific format, say CSV format or some other flat file formats. They'll be converting. After converting, what technical people will do is they'll be developing some staging tables. They'll be developing this. They'll be writing a lot of programming, right? They'll be writing a lot of big scripts to extract the data from this file formats and to populate the data in the staging tables. That will be done by technical team. Once they extract the data from these files and populate the data into custom tables, which they create as the staging tables, then they have to write many validations through program, where that programs will validate to keep that data is, everything is validated proper before loading into the respective application through interface. They'll write some many validations. After validation, then they'll run the script. The script will be populating the data from staging table to interface tables of respective process related tables. Then from there we'll be importing. This is a typical implementation process. This is a typical data conversion process we'll follow when we are working on R12. That means definitely 100% we should depend on technical resource. Without technical resource, we cannot complete data conversion activity for any area of the application implementation. But in Fusion, we don't need technical resource at all to perform this activity. So Oracle is providing the template we call as FBDI templates. FBDI stands for file-based data import. Oracle is providing predefined FBDI templates, file-based data templates. This you can download from Oracle website, that you can just share with your business user. They'll be filling the data, and you can get those files from the business users, and we can convert into CSV file format. Okay, we can download, the users will be filling the data, and we can convert into this CSV file formats. Within the template only, they give an option to convert the file data into respective format. Once it's converted, what technical people do in R12, they'll create the staging tables. They'll be populating the data from this file to staging tables. But equal to staging tables, in Fusion, Oracle is giving one environment as a part of middleware called as UCM, Universal Content Management. UCM. What we can do is, once the file is converted into CSV file format, directly we have one program. Through that program, you can go on to upload that file into UCM. Automatically, the file will be uploaded. Once the file is in UCM, just to move the data from UCM to interface, we'll run one more program. Then we'll populate the data into interface. All are functional jobs only. No technical effort is required. Okay, from there we'll import data into respective application. That's all. Over. So no technical resources required to perform the data conversions in Fusion applications. If you have any questions now on this rapid implementation or Fusion data conversion process, you can ask me. We'll see this. We'll be working on this. We'll load for our understanding from where and all. We'll see that. Any questions on this, please? Simple like Oracle. Yeah, please. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's me, Shiva. When you say that file-based data into FBDI, so is that we find it from within the Oracle Fusion itself, or
Oracle site itself? No, you can go to directly. We have an URL for that. When we are working on that, I'll be sharing with you all. Directly, you can go to the site there that all templates will be available. You can download it.
So once we have the template is ready, then we'll get the we'll have to map the data file to template.
Nothing. Just no mapping. Please, no mapping. It's all the format will be available as per our Oracle database structure. The file format is designed. All the fields also will be there, including DFF fields. All will be there as per your respective. Say, for example, you are going to load the suppliers data into system. We know supplier, when you talk about suppliers, to just manage the suppliers information, we have respective database structure. So that structure based FBDI file will be having for supplier. All the fields will be there. Then that file you will be sharing with the business users. When you are sharing, you can tell them. Here we may have just a field called as invoice number in invoice FBDI file. So you will be telling the business user, if they are in their current system, if they are calling as voucher number, you will be telling this is nothing but voucher number you have to fill here. This is how we have to give some hints. That's it. We don't need to go and do the just mapping and all. It's predefined as per the Please mute yourself. Somebody's okay. So just it's all predefined, and as per what data you want to load into the system, accordingly you can fill it. Anyway, we know mandatory fields always mandatory. We have to fill. If no data is there from them, just at least we'll go with some dummy filling with respect to fields.
So let's say if I have a third-party data system for the file, which is coming as a CSV, let's say.
See here. So, one second. You are getting the data from third party. Which data you are getting into the system?
Let's say like some supplier information or like some payment information.
Okay.
Say.
Yeah. Not payment. Supplier information. Yes.
So when you have the file in your hand, so how that file will be interacted with the FVDI?
Yeah. See, the files. No, not like that. Here the point is, data conversion purpose will be using this file. It's a one-time activity. If you go with the ongoing process and all, that's totally different. We'll be doing the integration. That's all we'll be doing. It's a conversion, data conversion purpose. This you can use, not on regular base ongoing process. For that, we'll be using that normal interface concept only. In the middleware, you can build it. I'm sorry if you got that point in that way. This is only for, say, I mentioned the data conversion process only, not for any other purposes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So who will convert the FBDI to CSV?
Anyone can convert. Anyone can convert, because just one tab will be there. If you click on that, automatically system will convert. Being a functional concept, we'll convert generally, because we'll download this template and we'll be sharing with the business users. They'll fill the data, we'll convert, we'll be loading into UCM that file, and from there we'll be populating the data into interface by running the just program. From there we'll be importing the data into respective application. base tables by running another program. That's it. All it's will be run through loading and running the programs. That's all. No technical effort.
Yeah. Thanks for that. And do we have access to UCM in that case?
You no need to go and see anything in the UCM. So it will, once you run that program, it will go and set that file into UCM, and then you will be able to see that. Yes, you can generally will be having access to that UCM, but here we don't find any requirement need of accessing UCM. That is the middleware part. Again, you should get privileges to middleware.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks for the patience for
Yeah.
answering my question.
No problem. No problem. You can ask me many questions. No issues. We can discuss about this. Any question, any area, you can ask me. No problem. Fine.
Thank you.
Any other questions, please, from others?
Is ADI still continue?
ADI, okay. So ADI, yes, we have, but that will be calling as web ADI you are talking about, right? That we call as ADFDI we call here. The web ADI, whatever we are using in R12, that in Fusion we are calling as ADFDI, Application Desktop Framework Data Integrator. Okay, that is there as ADFDI. Web ADI here we are calling as ADFDI. That's it. We'll see anyway when we are working. We'll go through it. Any other questions? Please mute yourself. And one more request is, if anybody is asking the question, after asking the question, you can mute yourself. I'll be answering. So otherwise, meantime, if there could be a chance where all people will be getting some noise. Okay. Any questions, please? Any question I got in this chat window is still, yeah, it's there. ADI web ADI is there as a ADFDI that we discussed. Okay, fine. If you don't have any questions, just I'll move on to the last point, our course curriculum. Fine. Sorry. Fine. Here, when you talk about this course curriculum, so I'll open that course content. So this is what demo which we are running through now. This is our demo session. Then we'll be working on this IDM and APM to do all these activities. What is the job roles, duty roles, data roles, subset, because the different type of roles we have in the Fusion, and will be just roles comparison with EBS concepts and understanding the user types and user creations, employee user. We have different user types and basic roles, data templates, and all. We'll be creating custom roles. All we'll see, and the functional setup manager. So this is a place where you can do all your implementation related configuration. Here in Fusion, if you want to do any implementation, first you have to create the implementation project, and there you can select all the offerings and all. We'll discuss detail level. So we'll be covering functional setup manager for any kind of any implementation, that can be finance or procurement or PPM or SCM. So this is a common. We have to do all these activities. And BPM, business process management. Okay, here we'll be covering purchasing approvals also. And process. Okay, so payables invoice approval configuration and process, and GL journal approval process and configuration, and the purchasing approval configuration process, all will just run through. We'll have a session, just we'll do the complete configuration and we'll test the results. And this is a part of BPM approvals. And enterprise, like what is enterprise structure, accordingly we'll be creating the business units, inventory organizations, etc. That is very just on the process we will come across, and we will be doing that. And here, as a part of general ledger application, these are the concepts we are going to cover. So calendars, currencies, primary ledger, and this role templates, okay, understanding and assigning the roles, and journal creation, posting, creating the journal through ADFDI, FPDI templates, how to, and foreign currency, reversal journal, data accept, secured rules, cross validation, ledger set, revaluations, and this reporting currency, secondary ledger, auto post, reversal, and the reporting concepts. We'll go through all these concepts, and when we talk about payables, I'll be sharing this course content to everyone. and this is the configuration part. All this configuration we'll be doing. Once we're done with that, these are the concepts which will run through that. We'll do the required setups to support specific function, and we'll have a transaction detail process. This all we'll be doing. Okay, fine. And yeah, and one more point here. So whatever the instance we are going to use, that would be release 8 version on premise. So once you go through this training, you'll be able to work on any instance. There won't be any challenge you'll be having. But again, with the latest version, I'll be just making some screenshots. What are the high level user interface or other changes also I'll be covering. Okay, depending on the possibility, just in the latest version also, if any new features are available, that I'll be demonstrating by creating some document. But many almost features are there. Very few features you may not see, but if you get this level of knowledge, you'll be able to work on that since you're already expert on R12. So this and all will be covering in the payables when you talk about receivables. Okay, just I'll go through those questions after discussing this. I'm getting few questions. Okay, this is a configuration we'll be covering for receivables, and these are the different concepts we'll just go through. We'll work on these concepts related to receivables and cash management. Will anyway, banks and all part of cash management. We'll see the manual and automatic reconciliations, and FA. This is the configuration we'll be covering FA side, and we'll go through these concepts. I'll be sharing this course content. You can go detail level. And fusion expense. I'll show you the configuration. It's nothing but I expense as per EBS, and fusion tax, and it's nothing but EBT, e-business tax in R12. Here we are calling it fusion tax. This I'll be showing the configuration, basic configuration, R2R flow configuration. Will create one transaction also. And we'll see the tax calculation also up to that level. Means configuration under the transaction process. Okay, in any one of the module, payables or receivables, I will do the configuration and will create the transaction, and we'll make sure that tax is calculating based on our configuration. And purchasing side, okay, I'll show you. I didn't list out here. It's a different one. I think here we have a list of setups for purchasing, and I'll be showing from purchasing how to create the purchase order, how to create the invoice by matching with the PO. Okay, before I send, I'll be including that purchasing related configuration also in this. And others what we have, that's all. Okay, these are the concepts. These are the modules we are going to cover. Basically, these modules in Fusion we'll be calling as options. Okay, this we'll see. Now let me go through these questions. I have a few questions here. Is procurement also covered in this? See, this is completely finance training. The procurement I'll just take through basic configuration. Purchasing, I'll do the basic configuration. I'll show how to create the purchase order, how to set up the approvals for purchase orders, and how to run through that approval cycle with the purchase orders. Finally, how to create invoice by matching with the PO. If you want to see like other concepts in the procurement side, there are big changes in terms of configuration and process handling. If you want to do the requisitions directly, you cannot create in purchasing in a Fusion. For that you have to implement self-service procurement, and even directly you cannot do the receipts here. For that you have to implement the receipt accounting concepts. So there is different. It's completely different when you compare with EBS in terms of handling the process or configuration in Fusion. So that is the reason just what I'll be doing. Procurement, the basic configuration, purchasing configuration I'll be covering, and PO creation approvals and invoice creation matching with the PO, that I'll be covering. And other question is, will you be sharing the course content? Yes, I'll be sharing after the session. Okay, I'll be sharing this. You can go through this detail level. And still FS is available or replaced by HS. FR Studio it is replaced. Financial Reporting Studio it's replaced. No FS you find in the Fusion. Okay. And when you talk about this FR Studio, here let me just give you the note I mentioned in this also. Wherever you find something like as overview, so think just we are not going to do detailed process, because in this instance this Financial Reporting Studio, this won't work. I'll give you some overview how to download it and what is the purpose of it, each and everything. For these concepts I can share with you the detailed documentation. Once you go through that, you will become expert on this concept. If you have access where the instance will support to work on this FR Studio or Financial Reporting Center or Studio, you'll be able to work on that. Okay, that is for sure. And for this entire course I'll be sharing some documentation also, which will demonstrate about the specific configuration related to financials. The document also I'll be sharing. And other one, how is the market for fusion? Market is very good for fusion now. This is the right time to pick the fusion skills. Okay, you can see any market, Middle East or that US market. You can see in that job portals you will be finding good openings. There is huge demand for fusion resource. There are many resource from R12, but just it's easy to convert from R12 to fusion, but we can see in the market very less resource. There is huge demand for fusion resource, especially on finance. Okay, is project not covered in this? Is projects, see projects, when you say projects, it's a PPM, completely separate course. So whatever I'm talking, project means for any finance implementation or procurement implementation as a part of this Oracle Fusion application, you have to create the activity called as a project. I'm not talking about projects, Oracle Fusion projects. Okay, projects is altogether different course. That is not, the PPM cannot be covered in this. That is a separate course. Are you giving training release 10? No, I'm going to give the training on release 8 because that version is available. You just go and see anywhere. So that only on-premise release 8 only available. Oracle is not giving option to anyone for this training or other purposes from outside people. Okay, anywhere you can find it. But if you get through this training through this version, this instance, and this concept, you'll be able to work on that. Anyway, think always there should be something left where we have to explore. That will remain. What about SLA is there as a standard, but when you are going to work on this purchasing side, you will just go through that. We have to do some rules we have to define in SLA only, and purchasing point of view will come through that. We will go through that SLA related basic configuration, and we'll see that. As a part of separate SLA, I am not going to do anything. It's remains same as R12. And for purchasing side, if you want to create the purchase orders without doing some customization to your SLA part, you cannot do anything in that area. It will be covered. You can take it that way. Okay, that's all. These are the questions I received. Any other questions?
Yeah, again, Shiva.
Yeah.
So there won't be much technical work involved in this fusion world.
I don't say like that. Only I'm just highlighting, in case of data conversion, technical resource are not required. Technical effort is not required. Rest of in all the areas, it's a simplified, but still technical resource are required. But simplified compared to our EBS, simplified for technical people also. That means you can think in typical project, if 10 technical resources are working, if the same case, if it is going to be fusion, out of instead of 10 people, maybe you may require 5 or 6 members.
Okay. How about interfaces in fusion?
That's what, as we discussed the interfacing concept, everything will be routed through middleware.
Okay. Will be covered in this tutorial sessions, or
interface concept is technical, right? Interface concept means when we are working on this UCM concept, data conversion, the data will be loaded into system through interface only. When we are working on payables, receivables, data will flow into GL through interface only. But that directly we no need to go and see anything directly from the screens. So that is a interface means it's a functional point of view. Through interface, data will be flow from one to another. Which interfaces we have, which data, just that we have to understand. If you have that understanding from R12, from fusion side, there is no change. Interface, understanding more interfaces, it's a technical job that we are not going to cover since this is a functional course.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
thanks.
Because one note is, this is not going to be techno-functional kind of training. It's a purely functional training. So purely functional training. Any other questions? Fine. Seems to no question from anyone. Fine. Okay. So then we'll connect tomorrow same time. The people who are interested, they can just we'll be sending the link to everyone. The people who are interested, they can join tomorrow also. From day after tomorrow, we'll be filtering based on the interest. Another point is we offer other trainings also, fusion procurement and fusion HCM and all. We will make sure that the training will be quality training from our side. So that will take care of for every training. The advantage from our side is for every training, any course will provide the recorded sessions after completing that actual live session. Okay, that advantage you can see from our side. And even not only that recorded session, even most just the course content coverage also, curriculum also, you can find better than others. Okay, you may refer to your friends, or if you are interested to attend other courses also, you can just reach us. And we are going to, please mute yourself, somebody unmuted. Yep, thanks. And if anybody is interested to attend procurement, fusion procurement, we are going to start the new batch from coming weekend. We are going to start new batch from coming weekend. The timings would be 2 to 5. 2 to 5 we are starting the procurement, fusion procurement batch. Okay, so this note is totally different. That's all for today. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, one last question. So, if at all, is there any technical fusion training will be available too
No.
within your company or whatever?
No, because not we are not giving. When we say fusion training, because in the outside market also you can see this fusion related training as a piece of courses. BI is separate course, ADFI is separate course, and other. This is how you can find. So generally, even I don't find somewhere somebody is providing the complete technical course and all. Uh, what I heard is if there is some technical course, the people will start working on the instance, and there is a risk involved. That is the reason. Even outside also we don't find some kind of this kind of trainings. Even that is the reason we didn't take initiative, because if you use the same instance for fusion functional and technical side, there will be people will start working. It will become big issue for this instance. That is the reason we are not started. I think the same reason with others.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I got few postings here. Sure, we'll update. Yeah, SCM when you say area of procurement, we are providing the same, the procurement, the SCM, within the SCM, the one part is procurement. The procurement training will be available. If you are interested, you can attend, you can just reply to the mail, whatever will be receiving related to procurement, then we can take it forward. Fine, I don't see any other questions from anyone. Okay, thanks to everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lakshman.
Yep, thank
Yeah.
See
you.
you.
Thank you. Good night and have a good day. Thanks.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Yep. Bye.